Hey, what's up folks? This is Keith. You're watching Barbara's Auto Help. Thank you so much for watching. In today's video, I'm going to be removing and installing the throttle body on this 2018 Ford F150 equipped with a 5.0. Now, while this is a 2018 Ford F150 with a 5.0 in it, this information is probably going to apply for many, many years of the F150 with the 5.0 in it. There may be some variations in actually getting down to the throttle body itself, but for the most part, changing out the actual throttle body is going to be pretty similar, if not the same, for most of those. Always refer to your repair manual for any difference in the removal and installation procedure. Also guys, unfortunately, I'm not using a manual to do this. I don't have torque specs for you, so just want to let you know that right off the top. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Before you get started, you want to make sure that the vehicle is placed on a flat, level surface, such as like a concrete slab. Place the vehicle into park. Apply the parking brake, remove the ignition key from the ignition. You don't want the engine running during this process. And be sure to chock the wheels. Also disconnect the negative battery clamp from the battery and isolate it from the battery.
And then we can go ahead and get started. So first thing we need to do is remove the air duct right here from the air filter housing down to the throttle body. All right, we're gonna go ahead and disconnect these lines on the back side of the air inlet tube. See this little black tab right here? You're gonna push in with your thumb to unlock it, twist back and forth on that line, and pull out just like that. Now this one back here works a little differently. This one has a lock tab that you have to push rearward first, which is this way, and then I'm pushing it towards you at this point after I pulled it rearward to unlock it, give it a twist and pull. This is what's going on inside there. That's the little lock. Gotta go rearward and then push that way. Get that thing to focus. There we go. You can see how that little lock hook locks it in there. Once that's out of the way, go ahead and remove the hose from your air duct. And then you got two hose clamps, one right here, one right there, and you'll need a 7mm socket. You can use a driver or a screwdriver if you want, flat tip if you need to use a flat tip. I'm going to use a little impact here. Just gently take that off. Give me my socket back. All right, once you got that, you can go ahead and gently kind of rock this back and forth like so. It comes right off. And this will come right off the air filter housing as well. All right, once you got it loose, you can just kind of maneuver it out gently. Don't pull anything or break anything in the process. Just like that.
At this point, we have the throttle body nice and exposed. We can go ahead and disconnect it electrically. Pull back the red lock to unlock the connector. Push in on the release tab and remove the connector from the throttle body. Once the electrical connector is disconnected, we can then remove the bolts that hold the throttle body to the intake. They have 8mm heads on them. Now I'm using an impact to do this. I would actually suggest that you use a socket and a ratchet and remove them by hand. That way there's less chance of you damaging the intake. Once you have the throttle body removed, you'll then need to clean the gasket area where the throttle body mates to the intake manifold. Use care not to get any dirt and debris into the intake manifold. I probably should have used some compressed air to clean around the throttle body before I actually took it off, but you want to make sure you don't get anything into the intake manifold. If you're reusing your throttle body, you'll need to clean the mating surface on the throttle body as well. Using a rag soaked with a little bit of throttle body cleaner would be ideal for cleaning the mating surface. You'll need to do a little bit of a better job than I'm doing right here. You want a nice, clean, shiny metal surface for that gasket to mate to. And by the way, that gasket is reusable if it's not damaged. And I'm just going to hop in right here and call myself out real quick. I did not clean up that gasket as well as I could have. There was still some dirt and debris between the gasket and the actual intake. I should have taken that gasket out of the intake manifold and cleaned it out a little bit better than I did. Same thing with the throttle body. I should have had that metal looking nice and shiny. So just to give you guys the best idea of what you want, it needs to be cleaner than that. Also, that gasket is technically a seal. So there you go. Let's go ahead and get back into it. Go ahead and install your bolts. I like to start them by hand first and make sure that I get them threaded in pretty good and that I'm not cross-threading them. I then use my impact gun. I turn it all the way down and I carefully run them down with the impact gun to kind of speed things up. However, I'm not necessarily recommending that you do it this way. If you don't feel confident that you can run down your bolts without over torquing the bolts, I would suggest just running them down by hand with a ratchet and a socket. After you have your bolts ran down, go ahead and torque the bolts to specification, and I like to torque them in a crisscross pattern. Go ahead and reconnect the electrical connector, but before you do, make sure it's clean. You have any debris in there, clean it out. Make sure you have a nice clean connector to connect to the throttle body. Connect the electrical connector, make sure it clicks into place, lock it by pushing in the red lock tab, and then give it a tug and make sure it's secure. At this point, you want to put your air duct back in. It's basically reverse procedure. Make sure you tighten up your hose clamp on your throttle body and also on your air filter housing here. Go ahead and reconnect your lines. Make sure they snap in. Give it a tug, make sure it's secure. Same thing on this one. Give it a tug, make sure it's secure. Be sure that your coolant line goes back into the little groove there. Go ahead and reconnect your negative battery clamp and tighten it down. And then start the vehicle up and make sure it's running okay. All right, guys, well, that will do it for this video. I sure appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, just comment down below. I'll be happy to answer those whenever I can. Also, please read the entire description down below this video before you attempt this or apply any of this knowledge. There may be some things down there that I need to clear up. That's where I do that, so please read that and also read the disclaimer at the very end of it as well. Also, guys, please check out my Amazon links. Thank you.